Hello everyone, Teeny here. I hope you're having a wonderful day, warm and cozy day. Thanks for joining me. We're making a spring card today. As I say this, there is a layer of snow outside and I'm ready for spring, but I also enjoy the snow, so I'm not going to rush spring just yet. But we are going to rush our spring making, card making with Spellbinders Club kits. This month it's February, and we are going to create with this Clear Stamp and Die of the Month Club kit and also the Embossing Folder of the Month Club kit. This one here is called Ears to Spring, and then this one here is called Spring Stripes. It has like a leaf pattern that goes all the way up. It's really pretty, and the stamp set has this cute little sketchy kind of style image. When I see this, I want a watercolor. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to break out our Zig Markers. I haven't used my Zig Markers. I don't even know if they're still good. If they're not, then I'll use some distress inks to do a little bit of watercoloring. And to follow along, it's so easy because it's just add water and go, especially with this type of image. So we're going to jump in with our 5-step process with our first step, and let's do a little stamping on some watercolor cardstock. This one that I have is from Holtz, and I like it because it's white, but another great one would be Canson XL. You can get a big pack of it, and pretty inexpensive, but it is just slightly more ivory. Okay, let's go ahead and stamp this. We're just going to go over this really quickly. I have to stamp it a few times because my memento needs to be re-inked. And then while I'm at it, since we are watercoloring, I'm going to clean off my my stamp really quick, and then we're going to go over it with some watermark. Okay, we'll just wipe this off really quickly. And then I'm going to treat my paper with my anti-static powder tool. And then I'm going to go over this with my watermark. Now, you could completely skip this and just use your VersaFine Clear or your VersaFine ink if you wanted to. But I like the softness that my dried memento ink has. You see, it's kind of like a dark charcoal gray. I like that for my card today because it is a spring card and I don't want the harsh lines of black. I'm going to go over this with some clear embossing powder. And then I'll melt it. Okay, let's zoom in. I'm bringing in my Zig Markers, and you can use your this little case I got on Amazon. It's really neat because it slides. Let me show you. I think I've showed this to you the last time I used it, which was probably over a year ago. But it's a little case that you can hold your markers in. I don't know if they have this particular color, but if they do, I'll link it down below. I got it on Amazon and it was pretty inexpensive, but it slides down. It's great for travel too. It just slides down and creates like a little pocket. So we're going to use Zigs. Zigs are water brush markers. And if you don't have Zigs, you could use distress inks and then use a water brush. I picked out some colors. Okay, some nice spring soft colors. First, let's go over our bunny, and I'm using, let me tell you the colors. This color here is called Flesh Color, and I have my water brush too. We're going to lighten it up with the water brush. And I'm just going to add some color here. And then I'll spread out the color with my water brush. You see how easy that is? So quick and easy. I'm keeping it soft. I'm going to let that dry because I am going to add a little bit of pink to it. But in the meantime, we can take some green And I'm just going to scribble some green on the grass and up the flower stems. And then I'm going to soften it with my water brush. That's all there is. Pretty quick, huh? Very easy to create. Now for my egg, I'm going to go yellow. And so I'm just going to add a little bit of yellow to one side. And then I'll spread it out again with some water. I forgot how much fun Zig markers are. And then we can add, let's add some purple polka dots. Okay. And for my flowers, let's add some orange. And then I'm also going to take, now I'm going to take my pink. I'm going to put a little pink here. And then I'm going to rosy up my little bunny's cheeks here with the pink. That's why I just want a little light. And then also on the inside of the ears. We'll just add a little pink there. Can actually add a little bit of darker shading here. And that's all there is to it. Took no time at all. Quick and easy, and this is the perfect image for that. Let's put these back, and then I'm going to use my heat gun and I'll help dry this. Now we're going to take the coordinating die set and we're going to cut out our little bunny scene. So we have this taped down. And now I'm going to bring in 2 border die sets to add to my focal image. Okay, this one is the ribbon and trim. I'm using the ribbon piece here. It has double stitch detail on the top and bottom. I'm going to cut this out with some yellow cardstock. And then I'm going to bring in the stitch and dots scallop borders. I'm going to insert the polka dot pattern here into the plain piece, and then I'll cut this out with some Spellbinders chiffon cardstock. These are nice soft spring colors. Okay, I'm just going to remove my tape here. So we have 2 borders, and then we have our image. You can see it's open-ended. To fix this, you can just snip off the ends. I just think this is nice. So great for so many different size cards. Maybe I'll trim this. I'm going to trim this a little bit more. Okay. We're going to add the scallop border, and I'm going to use my adhesive. Once that's adhered, we're going to use our glue and attach the ribbon border. We'll go right over here. Go right up to the grass line. And then that will be my focal point. Eventually I'm going to trim this down, but not right now. We'll put this to the side and move on to step number 2 and create our home panel. My home panel is going to be really fun today. Perfect for spring. I'm going to be using the Picket fence die. I don't know if Spellbinders has this or not, but you could easily make a Picket fence. Did you know that? All you would do, let me show you how real quick. to make a picket fence, I think it would be very easy to do. You can just trim down some strips here. I'm going 1/2 inch. Okay, can actually cut this in half, and then just point the ends. Let me show you. Now I'm doing it fast, but of course you'd probably want to take your time, and then you would just lay out your picket fence here. Then take a thin piece of cardstock and then just tack this to the front or the back, however you want. So you can make your own picket fence. If this is not available, or if you want to improvise, there's an option. I love giving you guys options. I'm going to take this and die cut out 2 with some white cardstock. So I will do that, and I'll be right back. And I'm going to make this a little bit longer. That's why we cut out 2. I want it to go the length of my bunny here. So I'm going to add 2 extra pickets to my fence. So all I'm going to do with the rest of it is glue it down. There we go. Now I'm going to take my bunny and I'm going to trim this down. Okay, I had to trim a little bit off the grasp, and I did that because I wanted even scallops on the left and right. I'm going to add foam tape behind here, and I'm going to pop this up on my fence. So we have our home panel, we have our focal image. Now we're going to put this aside and work on our next step, which is our greeting. We're going to bring back our stamp set. I'm going to use the leftover piece of cardstock that we used for our watercoloring. I love sending springtime smiles. I think we're going to use that. Let's go ahead and stamp. Again, I want to keep it soft, so I'm going to use my Memento ink. We're just going to stamp here. We'll take a coordinating die and we'll cut this out. That's all there is to my greeting. I was thinking of putting it here, but we'll see. Okay, we'll put these to the side, and then we're going to work on step 4, which is our background. That's where our embossing folder comes in. I love the size of these embossing folders. I think they're amazing. I'm going to use an A2 panel of white cardstock. Since we're going landscape, I'm going to put it landscape. And this is not 3D, so it's going to be subtle. And I like it. We're going to run this through the die cut machine, and I'll be right back. Keeping it soft, I'm going to bring in some Distress Oxide ink. This is Tumbled Glass. And I'm going to add some blue in the middle of my panel here. We have a little extra color in our background, and then I'm going to tape this down to the front of my card base. Now we're going to move on to our 5th step, and we are going to embellish with some black and white baker's twine. I'm going to take this and we're going to wrap it around the middle of the ribbon here. Maybe we'll wrap it around twice. Let's see. Yeah, we'll wrap it around twice in the middle. My foam takes, I don't even have to add any tape because my foam tape is there. Okay, I'm also going to embellish with some buttons. Spellbinders has clearance sales all the time, and I love these little buttons. I don't know if they even still have them or not, but you can, any button you have, you could use a die cut heart even if you wanted to. But I'm going to use one of the little pink buttons in here. I'm going to go ahead and add a glue dot behind my button. And we'll attach this to the front of the card here. And then we can add our greeting. And then that is all the embellishing, and that will finish off my card project today using the Spellbinders Club kits. We have the Clear Stamp and Die of the Month Club kit in that beautiful embossing folder. I'll be back pretty soon, tomorrow or the next day, using the Spellbinders Large Die of the Month Club kit, which is a huge bunny. I think you guys are going to really love that one. So keep a lookout for that video. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for sticking with me to the end. I have 2 more videos that you guys might be interested here. If you guys are new and like the content that you see, click that subscribe button and also the notification bell. That way for future videos, be notified. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It sure does help the channel. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.